what if I was living my life as a story? Like, what would be a cool story I want to tell somebody? And then I'll think of something that would be cool, and then I'll try to do it. What's going on, guys? I was reading something maybe about a week or two ago about people's regrets on their deathbed, and it's kind of morbid, but it's also a little bit interesting. And people. One of the things they pointed to was that people regretted not being themselves, like not being their genuine selves. And I think you can interpret it in a lot of ways. And I think that, and I'll get into a kind of a cool story and get to it. But I kind of assume that it's people get in this mode that you go to work, you raise your kids, and then every day becomes the same, and that's it. And people never start the businesses they want to start. They never make the money they want to make. They never, work out like they want to work out. And they're never the person they want to be. Now, I believe, I thought of this a few years ago where I thought, what if I live my life like a story? Now, it doesn't, and that sounds goofy. I know it does, but follow me on this. I think because we just get caught up in just every day that you can talk to a friend that you haven't talked to maybe in a couple months, and they go, hey, what have you been up to? And you go, nothing really. Kind of same old thing. And they're like, really? That's it? Yeah, me too. And then you really think, and you're like, I really haven't done anything in the last couple of months. That sucks. That's boring, So every so often I'll think about that. Like, well, what if I was living my life as a story? Like, what would be a cool story I want to tell somebody? And then I'll think of something that would be cool, and then I'll try to do it. And sometimes it's something dumb, and sometimes I can actually do it, and sometimes I can't, okay? And one of the things I thought about, I'm like, okay, what would be cool? It would be cool to go to Vegas for a weekend and play on one of the high-limit slot machines. Now, I'm not a gambler, but I do enjoy Vegas, and I enjoy Vegas mainly for the pools and the restaurants, okay? And I just think it's a fun place. You can just go relax, and I'm like, that'd be cool to just go play the high limit slot machines. And so this past summer, I said to my wife, I said, hey, you know what? Pack a bag. Let's go to Vegas. Let's plan a weekend coming up in the next couple of weeks, and let's go. And she's like, okay, cool, sounds good to me. Because we don't go a whole lot of places because I've got 4 kids. And so we're always busy with the kids, and we really don't have babysitting and stuff. So, but I called up my mom, like, hey, you know what? You want to spend the weekend with the grandkids? Come on over. Me and Melissa are going to head to Vegas for the weekend. So she came over to watch the kids. So, we go to, we stayed at Mandalay Bay, and which I regret it. I was there years and years and years ago. I was there when it first opened, and it was really cool. We went there again. It was kind of crappy, and I've been to like Resorts World and the Wynn, those kind of places, and those are like really good. And this time I'm like, all right, we're gonna go to Mandalay Bay. It's the other side of the strip. I haven't been there in a long time. I'm sure it's really nice, and it kind of sucked. But that's not the point. So anyways, we go. We're at the hotel, and we're there just for the weekend. So it's connected to Four Seasons. There's a real nice restaurant in the Four Seasons, so we go there each morning, have breakfast there and stuff. It was really good. The restaurants there are good. And we go to the high limit area, and I took $1,000 to gamble. I didn't end up gambling $1,000, but I went and I put in a few $100s to. I'm trying to think how much it was a pool. It was a Wheel of Fortune one. It was like, I think it was $10, which is not a huge high limit, but it was in the high limit room, so I felt kind of cool, And it might have been like 20 or 30 or maybe it was $40 a pool or whatever. So I'm playing and I got a couple $100 in there, and no joke, I'm up to like either my last pool or my first from last pool. And I got the Wheel of Fortune, the spin. And if you haven't played Wheel of Fortune slots, it's like if you get a certain, like you get a wheel on it, whatever, you get to spin the bigger wheel, and that's how you can win the bigger money. Well, this is the high limit, so it's like the prizes are like, I think the top, I'm trying to think what the top prize was, maybe like 50 grand or something. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I got the spin. Well, the cool thing is I got the spin. The downside is I think I won $400, which was cool, but it was nothing like a big win. We ended up just blowing that money. I think I played another slot machine and then we went to a restaurant, whatever. But the thing is that I'm like, it would be cool to go to Vegas on a whim, go play a high limit slot machine. And I did it. And it was cool. It was fun. And it's just a fun little thing I did. And that's what I'm saying. It's like you can do stuff that's big. You can do stuff that's small. But here's the important thing, is to do stuff you want to do. Do stuff you want to do, not something that you think you have to do or that someone else wants you to do or that someone else did. Do something you want to do. It might be, something that I've wanted to do but I haven't done yet. Like, for example, I've wanted to go to Vegas for the day, just to go to one of the restaurants, like go to Junior's at Resorts World. Just go there, get lunch, come back. And you think, well, God, that would be so expensive. It's like, but when you look at things, it's actually not that expensive. You get a plane ticket, a there and back plane ticket. You can go on either, if you go on a weekend, for me, because of my business, my work, I have to go on the weekend, but it's like, maybe you have a day off during the week, you can get a cheaper plane ticket. And then you can do it for under $1,000. And it's a cool story. It's fun. But the point is, it's like doing what you want to do. Do you want to go to, an NBA game and sit courtside, or sit, courtside might be, $1,000 a ticket. But if you sit the third row, it might be only a couple $100 a ticket, because, that front row, that courtside right on the court, is really expensive. But if you sit the second row or the third row, you get a huge discount, and you still have that experience of the game right in front of you. It's really cool. But it could be anything you want to do or be. Maybe it's you want to go to a certain restaurant. Go. Save up some money and go. Just. Too often, I think we let things go, and we put things off till tomorrow or next week or next month or next time we do something. Something that, and this will be another video, but I think I look at retirement, and I think that people always say, well, when I retire, I'm going to travel. When I retire, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to whatever I'm going to do. Here's the problem. When you retire, typically you're 65, 70 years old. When we're, right now I'm 44. You might be younger. So right now you're thinking, well, when I retire, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Well, you're thinking of retirement as your age right now, where you're healthy, you're fit, you're strong, you could stay up all night and you're still fine. You can do whatever. You just think, well, I'll have more money, I'll have more free time. Well, also when you're 70 years old, I know people that are 70 years old and retired. Family members, people but mostly family members. And it's like, all of a sudden they're older and they're not doing anything. And even if they are, it's like, you're still 70 years old. It's like, and not that there's anything bad, because if you can live to 70 or 80 years old, that is an accomplishment. And I think that's a good thing, especially if you can stay healthy. That's really good. But it's not the same doing stuff like going to Vegas when you're 7 years old is not the same as going to Vegas when you're 44 or when you're 40. I assure you it's not the same. Or when you're 35 or 25. It's not the same. And I'm not saying you got to do anything stupid or reckless. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be reckless or dumb. But I'm just saying it's more fun when you're younger. And so we don't want to put off, too many people put off things, when they're going to be retired, when they're going to be, when they're going to have all this free time. But, number one, what if you never make it there? There's a good chance you might not, okay? And not to be morbid, but there's a chance you might not make it to that age. Number two, maybe you never get to retire. The thing about, my generation and the generations behind me is that, we're at that spot. I'm kind of like in that generation in the middle. The people older than me had, pensions and retirement. when my age and younger get to retirement age, number one, there's no pensions anymore. I mean, I guess there are technically, but they're not a lot. I mean, you kind of have to be in government jobs and certain jobs to get a pension. Number two, for my age and younger, Social Security might not be there, and even if it is, it's not that much money. You're not going to be able to do much on Social Security income if that's what you're relying on. And so it's like, so you might fast forward to you being 7 years old, and you still might be working. You might not have much money, and maybe you're not healthy like you were before. So why are we waiting to do stuff? Why are we putting our life on hold? Like, do stuff now. And again, it's not like you don't have to go, quit your job, spend all your money, and just go party. That's not the point. I'm talking about you could do like a little thing you wanted to do, find a weekend and do it. Go to Vegas for a weekend. And again, it's not being reckless. It's just maybe you want to go lay by the pool. I like going there and laying by the pool. It's fun. Have a couple drinks, lay by the pool, get something to eat, chill there all day. Just try not to get sunburned. Make sure you put on your sunscreen, take some breaks, because if you get sunburned, it's no fun. I did that this summer. But it might be going to, like I said, a sporting event. Maybe you want to sit, courtside, or maybe you want to sit second or third row, a little bit cheaper. You still get the same experience, it's a little bit cheaper. Maybe you're into like skydiving or something. To me, that's never catch me doing that, but a lot of people are into that, and you want to do something like that, but something that's going to be that you can tell a story that's almost like a story, and why not? Actually, there's another story. Ironically, it's another gambling story, and the ironic part is I'm just not a gambler. I don't gamble. I mean, if I go to Vegas, once a year, every other year, I might play a little bit of slot machines, but that's really the extent. I just never got into gambling, and I was 19 at the time, and I'm in Michigan, so at the time, I mean, I guess it's still like that now. I just haven't been to Canada in a long time, but in Michigan, the Canadian border to go to Windsor, Ontario, is like 45 minutes from where I was living at the time. So, a lot of times, like people in their spare time, we go to Canada. People would go to the clubs there. People would go to the casino there. And I assume people still do it now, but it's different now because, I haven't been there in 20 years. A little less than 20 years, but it's been a long time since I've been there. Also, too, because the passports now are so strict. Before, you didn't need a passport or anything. Now, I think you need either a passport or a enhanced license, and so it's a big pain in the butt to go there now. But anyways, I was 19 or 20, because I think 19 is the age where you can go to Canada and you can gamble. And so I went there by myself one day. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to take $1,000. I'm going to bet red or black on roulette. I'm like, all right, that'd be cool. So I saved $1,000. I went to the casino. I went in there by myself. It was like on a Tuesday or something. I go in there, and it's like probably like 10:30 in the morning. And I had like 1,000, or maybe it was like 900 or something. I know it wasn't. I remember I was thinking I was gonna do 1,000, but I didn't do 1,000 because I didn't have 1,000. I think I might have had like maybe 8 or 9. It might have been 800. And the reason why I remember 800 because I remember doing the bet for 700, and I had a little bit of money left over. So anyway, so I put the bet for about 700. I think I bet it on black. I don't remember, but I think it was black, and it came out red. I lost the money. Like literally, I was there for like, no joke, probably from the minute I walked into, I got to the roulette table, maybe 11 minutes. And I'm like, all right, I'm down like $700. It sucked. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I had like $50 or $100 left over. So I went in, I think I played like a slot machine, lost like another $50. And then with the little money I had over, I think I might have had like $40, $50 left over. I went to the casino restaurant. I had a burger, fries, and I sat there. I ate. I'm like, all right, I ate. And then I left. And so I was there maybe 30 or 40 minutes, gambling, eating, and I was gone, and it sucked. That's probably why I don't gamble. That's a good thing. But it's funny because, again, there was one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I want to do that. And I did it. So it's just, again, what are those little things? Now, those were that was a kind of a dumb thing. I just thought I forgot I had done that, but that was kind of dumb. But I mean, there's things you can do that are cool, that are fun, that you've been wanting to do, that you've been putting off. Do them now. Don't wait. Do them.